This is a very short video about the clock operation that we use at STYBA basketball games. This video will give you the basics, and within a short period of time, you'll know the basics of how to run a clock for our games. At the top of the clock is the time, and at the bottom of the clock, on the left and the right, are the home scores and guest scores. And also, if you keep track of fouls, they appear in green for the appropriate teams. Setting the clock up is pretty simple. We first turn the clock on and allow it to go through its checks, and then eventually it'll come up in game mode. And as you can see, 10 minutes is almost the natural default for this clock. But we can change the amount of time by pressing the minute minus button or the minute plus button, and we also have control over the seconds, plus or minus. Our setup is 10 minutes per quarter, so this clock is set for 10 minutes. Keep it scored. Home scores over here, the plus button, and the minus button if there's a scoring error. Guest score, plus button, or minus button if there's an error. If you want to keep track of fouls, if the home team scores a foul, foul plus. For the home team, on the guest side, foul plus also. If you make an error with the fouls and put too many fouls up, you just have to cycle all the way through until you get back to the number that you wish. Starting and stopping the clock is a pretty simple operation. Matter of fact, it's just controlled by one button, and in this case, the button is blue. So, at the start of the game on the jump ball, or the ball's inbounded, we start the clock. Once again, in our league, we run 10-minute clocks except for the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. The last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, we stop the clock on the whistle, and we start the clock once it's inbounded again. Once again, the success of our league depends on the volunteers that step up to make the games go smooth. Running the clock might be intimidating at first, but there's a rhythm to things, and you have a lot of people that support you. The scorekeeper on the books is right next to you, so you guys should work in tandem. Once again, we thank you for volunteering to run the clock for our teams.